Oh, g'day folks. It's me again. Uh, Again, I wasn't going to video this, but I haven't done one of these on video, so I thought while I'm doing it, I might as well show you how I make this dish. But being English, and especially for my English friends, you'll know all about how to make a pan of stew, and I'm sure the American friends too will, and a lot of my Aussie mates. So I'm not going to tell you anything new. I'm just going to show you how I do it. In fact, my mum mate used to make it in such a way that she used to call it tater ash because there was more potatoes and carrots in it than anything else. Meat was very scarce in them days, in my early days, so it was more of a tater ash. I wouldn't think you'd call it that today. Maybe you do. Maybe tater ash is completely different to what my mum used to call it, but that's what she used to call it anyway. So if there's still such a thing as tater ash around, let me know, because I'd have a go at it. You know, if it's different to this, or is it just another name for stew? I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with it. I don't put a lot of stuff in. I do meat, and I've got me. I pack my own meat, so I've got a nice bit of blade steak here. Blade steak. I got it on 1st of January. I'm going to use 2 of them. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I'm going to use 1.5 of them. That's a little bit less, because we like a lot of meat in our thing, and I'm hoping I'm going to have some leftovers for during the week for me and Beryl, or for Beryl and I. Right, now first of all, I'm going to peel the carrots, then I'm going to peel the spuds. But you know what gets me? These pissy little things. You know, I don't know what's gone wrong with Australia at the moment. That we're getting them. Look at that. That's another one. I've got to peel them. I'm going to get rid of them. These are all in the bags. Look at that. It's even gone smaller. You know, that is the biggest spud that was in the bag. And I lived in a place called Gatton in Queensland. It was the salad bowl of Queensland. Probably Australia, because we used to send the potatoes all over Australia from there. In fact, it was that big in growing potatoes. They used to have a potato carnival once a year, and I used to go to it. And I used to work on the farm sometimes when my strawberry farm was out of season, and when I wasn't on tour with the band. So I used to go and work on these. I worked on tomato farms, onion farms. I worked on potato farms and any farm, and melons and pumpkins. I did a lot of work for them. I even did a lot of tractor work for Labrador Lawns and truck driving. I used to drive trucks for them. Things like that, and I wasn't committed to having to be there all the time for a job. It was a type of job I could turn up or I didn't turn up. If I didn't turn up, I didn't get paid, but that was okay because I had alternative work. Anyway, getting away from that, they had the best spuds you could ever buy, all a decent size, and made great chips. I don't know what's gone wrong, because the last 5, 6, maybe more years, if you got a potato, if the pickers picked a potato like that, they weren't allowed. They get thrown off the job, because that was a seed potato for next year. Now they're putting the seed potatoes in. What are they? No wonder we've got crap spuds. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm going to put that up after. Just give a bit of a wipe down here, and a bit of a wipe down there, and a bit of a wipe down here. Okie dokie, let's get these carrots on the go. I don't know about you guys, but I love carrots in my stew. I love lots and lots of carrots in my stew. Maybe that's because I can see in the dark. What's up, Dan? Some of you will get that. I know. 100,000 comedians out of work and I want to try and be one. I know. I'll tell you what though, you got to have a laugh sometimes, you got to act silly sometimes. I don't have much, I don't have to put much effort into to act silly, so they tell me. Hey Irene! That's my old mate Irene, she's really good. We have a few comebacks together, you know. But she's a lovely person, she's really nice. And I found out yesterday, it's a small world. That chippy I went to last night for tea, for anybody who saw the video, in the 80s, my friend Janet and her mum started the chippy shop there. It was an old tile shop apparently, which I didn't know any history about it. But I'd never been in the place before until yesterday. And apparently they started the chip shop. And Janet saw the video and commented on it. She said it's really nice to see that it's still going. So it's a small world, isn't it, folks, you know. And Janet lives in the same street as the chippy. Just a bit further down the road. But I gotta tell you folks, this Irene and Janet and Linda, oh my God, they stick together. They all stick together. They give me some strife, I'll tell you. And I'm such an innocent little boy, you know what I mean? I don't know why. No, we have a bit of fun together. My friend Linda, she's Scottish, by the way. Sheep unit. Linda McAleese. She lives in Queensland. She's going through the bad weather up there at the moment. There's a cyclone just offshore that's gone through the Gold Coast and Brisbane, and we get them all the time. Like every year we get the cyclones. It's somebody's trying to say it's climate change. I have to say climate change my backside, and I'll tell you why in a minute. When I came to Australia in 1973, my first Christmas, I think it was 73 going into 74, round about then, Santa never made it to Darwin. Darwin got absolutely destroyed completely. The whole city got destroyed with a cyclone in them days, in 73, 74. And it was devastating, especially I think it hit Christmas Eve or something. So they've always had cyclones in Queensland, and sometimes we're actually It's persisting down today here. It's been raining all day. We had a little bit of a break round about lunchtime where it stopped, but it's raining again now. And it's the results of the cyclone. We get the bottom end of it. So we sometimes we get a bit of damage because of it, and sometimes we get floods because of it. But we don't get it as bad as the people in Queensland because it comes from further up north, far north Queensland. They come down off the coast there, and that's where they all develop, these cyclones. And it's weather patterns. They've always been like that. And I had the smile the other day, and this guy, somebody was trying to say it was, in fact it was their own Prime Minister was trying to say it was because of climate change. And somebody got on and said, we've got to do something about climate change to stop these cyclones. And somebody got up and said, you bloody fool. It's called the wet season. And it is a wet season. That's what it is. We get the wet season in summer, and it's usually just after Christmas. Sometimes we get it a little early, and sometimes we get it a little bit later. And this year it's a little bit later. Now this spud here, that's the last one off my last packet. So I'm gonna chuck that in as well. I like a lot of spuds, a lot of carrots, and I'm going to put peas in, but I'm not getting the peas out yet. They're still in the freezer. I don't normally put pumpkin in, but I don't want to lose this pumpkin, so I'm going to put that in a little bit later on, and not too soon, because I don't want it to fall to pieces. So guy left half the paddock on that one. No, I've worked on potato farms, mate, and there's something terribly wrong with Australia's potatoes. And it doesn't matter how much you pay for them. I've paid $5 a kilo, $4.99 a kilo, and they've been crap. If you buy a bag, that's when you get all the rubbish in. I like big spuds. I like big chips. I hate these pissy little chips. I hate them McDonald's chips because they're just crap. They're not proper chips to me. Oh, and they don't call them chips though, do they? They call them French fries. Well, that works out well. Trust the French. Even the Americans call them French fries. The chips. I don't call them French fries. I've never called them French fries. The chips. You don't go in a chippy and say, I want fish and French fries. I want fish and chips. And you see that sign all over the world, fish and chips. And all the takeaways. Go in McDonald's and the French fries. French could call them what they like. I don't have a problem with that. It's up to them. When they want to call them French fries, call them French fries. I call them chips. And it comes down to what you're used to. Yeah, more spuds. Got 2 more, that's it. Not a lot of cooking in this. I'm going to put it in my 20-to-1 cooker. I'll show you what that's all about. Oh, I think you might have seen it before when I did a curry, a beef curry. I usually do me sauteing my meat first in it, and then I hang on a minute. Oh, sorry. And then I put it in the pressure cooker. For about 15 to 20 minutes. Because I've got to get it really tender for my darling wife, who has trouble chewing these days. She only has trouble chewing bloody beef. She's not too bad with pork, and she's absolutely no problems with chicken. In fact, that chicken I made the other day, that chicken dinner, the chicken thighs I did the other day, we had 2 left, so I cut them up today and had it on a sandwich, and she didn't have a problem eating it. But I'll bet you, no matter how much I cook this, how tender I cook this this beef, she'll have a problem with it. I don't know why. And she chews it forever. In fact, quite often I have to go in at the end of the day and take it out of her mouth because she keeps chewing it. So I have to keep my eye on her. The things you do for your loved one, eh? The things you do. Now, this little mother. Right, that's got that bit. Right. Still haven't heard from the Optus NBN about my internet. I thought they might have contacted me today, tell me when they're going to come out. But nah, it don't matter. I'm nobody. Ah well. They're always quick off the mark when they want paying though, aren't they? I might say, I can't pay you this week, it's raining. See how we go then. I don't think my service will be on long. Right, that's another bit done. Okay, I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, all then. I don't like cutting the potatoes too small either. About that for me. Leave them like that. I'm just going to keep these in water because I've got to use the pot for the to do the meat first. They're a good size. One more. One more for the road. Started a bit early today. It's only well, it's 28 past 4. So I'm going to put these back in the water. In the sink. Stop them going brown. I can imagine the price of produce now. They've got floods in Queensland. It's going to go sky high. We get a lot of produce from Queensland, a lot of fruit. We get a lot of crap potatoes. I'm going to put these in with the potatoes, but I'm not going to cook them with the potatoes. I'll put them in last. Now, let's have a look here. What we got here? Okay, this is my tool of choice for the carrots. Isn't that pretty? Put them over there for now. Oh God, look at this little pissy little thing. Don't tell me they're going to start doing this with carrots. I buy a 5 litre bag of carrots every now and again. They last me for quite a while. I keep them keep some in the fridge up here, and I keep the rest down in the fridge downstairs in my workshop. And I usually give my neighbours some. In fact, I've got a pack there to give my neighbour. I'll take them round later. We do that a lot me and this other bloke, up two doors up. He drops stuff off for me, and any overspill I give to him. That's his carrots, so I'll give him them. And it works in well. Right, now, onion. I don't know whether to put 1 or 2 onions in. I don't know, I can't make my mind up. I've got an onion opener in the fridge, I might use that. Although I buy a full bag of onions too. I don't buy from my days living on the land. Living and working on the land. Yeah. I buy a full bag of onions, and I buy a full bag of carrots, and usually I buy a full bag of bloody spuds, but not the way they are at the moment. I think the fruit shop's getting to hate me. But it's not the fruit shop's fault, really. In a way it is. But it's the grower's fault. But it's the fruit shops and the people who buy them to sell them that should be complaining to the farmers and saying, get your act together. Give us some decent spuds. But they don't. They don't do it. So they have to cop the whinging from people like me. I know my mate Sarge, he's got his favourite knife. That's my favourite knife. God, it's sharp. It's Victorinox from Switzerland. And it's the sharpest knife I've ever had. And I've never sharpened it yet. I've had it 2 years. It's an unbelievable knife. So when I buy knives now, I always look for Victorinox knives. The quality. And they don't break the bank. And how I know that is because I'm on a site, a butcher's site from America, and they were swear by these knives. So I went online to see if I could buy some, and I could. So I got this one and another pack of 3, all different types, small ones. I've got the big ones too, but these are the other 2, that one and that one. That's got a serrated edge too, but that one hasn't. So yeah, I'm going to get me other onion. I need more onion. There she is. Cuts through stuff like butter, this knife. I really like it. In fact, I'm on the point of sending for another one and dumping some of my other crap. I like my onions. Mind you, I like my tucker, as the Aussies say. Right, that's onions done. Put that over there. Get this out. Still having problems with ants. Not as much now though. I'm getting them down. I've got these traps, these ant traps, but they're not using them. But they're still coming around. This morning I've got some on the wall up here. On that wall, and they were walking all the way around it. So there you go. Now I'll just get some paper towel and dry this meat off first. Scissors. I've got too much meat out here. Damn it. This is blade steak. I don't know whether you get blade steak in England or America or anywhere else in the world, but this is blade steak. I want a bit of fat on, keep a bit of fat on for flavour, and hope it renders down. If it doesn't render down, I'll take it off after. But I don't want to cut my meat too small, it's not mince. I don't know what meat's like to buy in England or America, but at the moment it's still not bad in Australia. It's quite reasonable. It has gone dearer, but it's not out of the reach yet, you know. I suppose it will in time. But we are meat growing nation for beef, and as it gets dearer overseas, people won't be able to afford it, so overseas won't be buying much. They'll have to sell it at home, won't they? That's my theory anyway, and I'm sticking to it. Look at the marbling in that. That's not bad, is it? Now I was going to put zucchinis in, but I'm not. I like my zucchinis, but I want to keep this as authentic to my mum's as possible, because to be honest, she made the best stews. Couldn't cook steak to save her life, but stews and pork chops, unbelievable. Mine's nowhere near as good as hers, in my opinion. But it's not far off. Everything's prepared, guys. I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, going to put some of this rice bran oil to saute the meat. I'll just keep it there in case I need some more. I'm going to have to do this in 2 batches, I think. Let it get hot first. And then, get my spoon. My old trusty spoon. Right. Looking forward to this. I haven't had a pan of stew in a while. My son hates it. Doesn't like fish, doesn't like stew. Gee God, it's hard. But he's got a choice. The choice is, eats it or he don't eat it. Oh, you dropped it, son. Yeah, I should have named him Mr. Difficult. He never used to be like that. He used to eat everything you put in front of him, but he's gone real picky since he got older. My dad was the same. He ate everything you put in front of him right up to the day he died. He never complained. He hated cheese, but if my mum gave him cheese, he'd eat it. He never complained. Never, ever. He told me once, he said, I said, isn't there anything you don't like? He said, I don't like cheese. I said, well, what do you eat it for? He said, because your mum gives it me. So there you go. He was devoted to my mum too. Yes. How are we going here? Come on. I got 2 of these pots. I got a 14-in-1 Ninja. And I've got this Philips 20-in-1. This is the difficult one to use in a lot of ways, but I feel it's easiest to use the pressure cooker on this one than the other one. I don't know, could be wrong. Might just be me. Probably me. Now I can have this saute, I can have it on low, medium or high. I've got it on high at the moment. I'm debating with myself whether to leave it on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. A bloke cooked some in, but he left it whole. Pieces as big as that before I cut it up, and he had 5 of them, and he kept it on for 55 minutes in a pressure cooker. But it was like shredded when he took it out. It just fell to pieces. I want it tender, but I don't want it to fall to pieces. I want to keep it in chunks. I wouldn't keep it on for 55 minutes. Not this quantity either. So I'm leaving the video on a bit longer and showing you things that I don't normally show. Just to make it a little bit more interesting, because there's not a lot of cooking involved in this. Once it's in the pot, it's in the pot. It's just a matter of them making some gravy. And seeing what happens then. So this is sauteing nicely. Anyway, folks, the good news is I've seen another Ninja cooker, air fryer, that I want. You know, and what's the saying, Irene? Dennis sees, Dennis wants, Dennis gets. Well, that's what Beryl used to say. And it's magic. It's unbelievable, this new one. But you can't get it in Australia at the moment. You get it in England, you can get it in America. So it won't be long before you get it here. Once it gets here, I'll be out there and getting it. I dropped my other one and I'm having trouble with the lid. Sorry, with the drawer. Keeps telling me to close the drawer and it's closed. So it's actually damaged it having dropped it. And it was my own fault dropping it. It was being stupid. Being a bloke. It's called being a bloke, and I dropped it. Trying to do too many things at once. Trying to multitask like a woman, you know what I mean? We're not very good at multitasking. That's coming on alright, isn't it? Just leave it on a little bit longer and get a bit more colour on it. So, I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, second batch just gone in. That's the first batch. It's okay, doesn't it? Yeah, that's going on fine. I had it on for 10 minutes, but I don't know whether I'll have to restart it again. Whether that was enough time or not. I didn't realise I was going to have to do it in two batches. Otherwise I'd have gone on for 15 minutes. There's 3 minutes left. That first one took a little bit of time. I want to get it. I want to get colour on it. Now on the other one, the other pot, I can alter the time. You can't on this, like that, and it's tried to add, it doesn't add any. Whereas the other one, you can. If it's gone on to, it's on 2 now, if I want to put another 5 minutes on, I'll just put another 5 minutes on the other one. So all these pots are different. A lot of flavour in that pot off the meat. Looks lovely. See that? Looks pretty damn good. You can see it for the steam. Alright, it's finished. Now we'll start it again. And I'll keep it on for 3 minutes. And I'll chuck that back in. Just let that have the 3 minutes, and then it's then it's pressure cooking time. What do I say? That looks Mickey Dack. I think I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. I need to get it so my missus can chew it better. Or as we say in Australia, or in Queensland, betterer. Oh dear, I'm in trouble now. So, I've got to get some water ready. You only need about a cup and a half, something like that. Something so it doesn't boil dry. And I think I'm going to call that. Yeah, we'll call that. I'm going to put half these onions in, or some of these onions in. And I'll put some garlic in after. Not that my mum ever used garlic, we didn't have garlic in them days. Never heard of it. Just give them onions just a little bit of time as it's cooling down, and then I'll put the lid on, put the water in, cup of water. Put the water in now. That'll help to cool it down a bit. Yeah, that's probably enough water. Hope so. Now, put lid on. Put that on seal. Well, looks like this is done. Take the lid off. Going over here. A spoon. That's the quite tender. Still got some cooking to do left here. Right. Put the rest of that water in there. We'll put some carrots in. Put them in first. And I'll put the rest of the onions in. And I'll leave the salt and pepper till near the end. Now, I'm going to stop that. That's so saute. We'll go on high, get it going. We'll put it on for 20 minutes. We'll let that go. And I'll put the onions in.
Trim them off like that. The bok choy, we just want it to, you can use any sort of Chinese greens that you want. I'm just going to half these, just like that. As you can see, the leaf is obviously going to cook quite quick. So what you can do is just put your little tip just in that thick part there, just so the heat gets in. And then sugar snap peas, mange two, whatever you fancy, even green Kenya beans I've got as well. But just get them all in water. Just season that water with salt. Go in with the sprouting broccoli and the bok choy. What I generally try and be perfectly, if I can, is just kind of hang the leaves out and put the bases in. It's on full whack and you put a lid on there. I want to cook that for about 2.5 minutes.
Right, a bit of garlic powder. I haven't got any fresh garlic in, so that'll have to do. I've got some jar of garlic here. It is chopped garlic. And get it open. I'll just put one in there, I don't want it too strong. Because we never had garlic in it when I was at home, when I was a young fella. And I want to keep it the way I like it. But a little bit of garlic's okay, as long as it's not overpowering. I'll put salt and pepper in after. Bit of Worcestershire sauce, not Worcestershire sauce, Or Worcestershire sauce, as one bloke calls it. Worcestershire. That's how we say it. Say it how you like it. It doesn't really matter, I'm just being facetious. Right, give the carrots a little bit of a go and then I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, time to add the spuds. You can do it without dropping them. There's a few spuds in there, guys. I like my spuds in there in stews. Now, right.
You've got 3 different cuts of meat in here, which are absolutely tremendous, that are sort of making this up. And you see, really make a point of swooping all that juice in, like that. So there's your steak, get your coriander, and just pick some of that over like that. Bit of lime in there if you need it. Little drizzle of olive oil just to sort of mix all those resting juices. And there you go. Perfect platter of just lovely Chinese style steak. Don't put any fighting over that. So put that over the table. We've got our greens. We've got our greens. Let's just go back to these bowls, right? And get your head around this, okay? So we've got a little bit of Szechuan pepper in there, okay? Then I'm going to put a tablespoon of soy sauce in each, okay? So we're really just in the bowl. Then we go in with some chili, a tablespoon and a half of good chili oil. And put dried chilies, as chili oil. Completely different from fresh chilies that are funky and sort of bigger flavour. We want some lime juice or lemon juice, a little bit of acidity, just to give it a nice bit of flavour. So a little squeeze in each bowl. Spring onions. You only need a little bit of spring onion. Just take 2, half them, put them together, and just do your best job of finely slicing them like that. And a nice little pinch, divide that by the bowls like that. Then I'm going to get 2 cloves of garlic. I'm just going to squash that garlic onto the board.
Right, I got some beef stock here. Going to chuck that in. See the beef stock. Done. Give it a stir. Shouldn't take long now. I've got to go see to my wife. She needs some help, so I'll be back in a bit. and then we'll put the pumpkin in, and everything should be pretty well on time. Actually, I'm a bit late. See you in a bit. Right, time for the pumpkin. I haven't got sweet potato, so I can't put that in. And I'm only putting pumpkin in. I don't normally put pumpkin in my stew because I like my carrots in. But
We all know that cooking can be a balm in troubled times, but more, I believe that the kitchen can be both a sanctuary and a pleasure palace, and that's something I am more than happy to celebrate repeatedly. Every now and then, I feel poised to become heavily involved in sourdough, and then I remind myself the sourdough starter needs so much attention. I mean, it's a creature to be kept alive like a baby, and I've done that, and gratefully, I am not ready for the commitment again. Besides, sometimes I just want an old-fashioned sandwich loaf and sweetie like this one. It also happens to make the best toast in the world, and that when I think of toast, the bubble I have above my head is exactly as this. Well, really exactly, because I favour a two-stage buttering approach, and so far only stage one has taken place, and that's to say, the minute this came out of the toaster and started hot, I spread it with butter so that the butter has melted down into it, and it'll give it a fabulous crumpety bite. Stage two now, ready for it. I need a little more butter, and it will stay in some golden patches on the surface. It's unsalted butter. I always prefer to use, but what I need to do is put the utensil plate through. This is the platonic ideal of toast. My old-fashioned sandwich loaf is relaxing and simple to make. First, you need 500 grams of strong white bread. Teaspoons of fine sea salt, just regular salt, and 2 teaspoons of caster sugar. Now, yeast. You can use a sachet of instant yeast.
Right.
That's 2.5 teaspoons.
time for salt and pepper.
Should actually be weighing it at about 7 grams. That's the dry ingredients now.
That's the salt done.
Now I adapted this recipe from a fabulous Dan Leopard one, which uses sour
Gonna use me
and I was
black pepper this time instead of me white pepper.
which works wonderfully. 125 mils. Into that.
Right, I've got the peas ready to go, but I'm going to test the spuds first. Once the spuds are done, peas in,
And 100
then the gravy.
boiling water from the kettle recently boiled.
Well, they're not far off,
And 45 grams.
just a little bit longer. Oh, just a little bit longer. Ooh.
Make up for the fat of sour
Do, 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 do.
fat that makes this loaf so lusciously soft. You can use anything to stir this together. I like a Danish
Right,
stone.
put that salt away and the pepper.
So the wet ingredients into the dry, stirring until all occurs.
Still haven't got my internet fixed. Lot of bastards they are.
Any second now. And that's all that he's doing at the moment. I mean, not that this is exactly a strenuous activity for us. I'm going to cover it.
I don't know. These young ones today,
And after
the people who came to do
and I am ready to move.
my internet were really nice people. They were very nice. There was a young Asian girl came. She was apprentice.
And kneading surface.
Very nice person. And the young fella, he couldn't go under the house because there's a rule. If you're over a certain height, you're not allowed to go under a house that is only got a certain height before the floorboards, because they've got to crawl on their hands and knees. And he wasn't much taller than me, but he wouldn't get under there. He made the young girl go under there, and I thought that was pretty disgusting myself. So, I mean, I know the young ladies and girls and that want equality today, but that's fine. But for him to do it for the reasons he did it wasn't good enough for me. I thought he was a bit of a wimp, to be honest. He's a nice lad in a lot of ways, very polite, but he wouldn't stand a chance of working with tradesmen when I was a young fella. They'd have pissed him off. I think I got a few mates out there who back me up too. I got a lot of mates who are tradesmen. I got a mate down the coast. He's an engineer. But what a bloody engineer he is. He's a bit younger than me, not much, but he's getting up there, you know. I think he's retired, or he's not far off retiring. But what a great engineer he is. Bloody hell, I've seen some of his work. He makes steam engines and things like that, you know, and he does lots of lathe work. They wouldn't stand a chance working with him, mate. They wouldn't stand a chance. That guy is so knowledgeable and so good at what he does. Even people like me are in awe of him, you know. And this is what the old fellas are like. The guy who came in to do my bathroom, and he did the tile in the shower recess. He was unbelievable, but he was my age. In fact, he was older than me, and he's still working. And he did a magnificent job of the shower, and he knew his job. And he did criticise the young ones. He said they won't bloody work. So I don't know whether they're all like that, because I'm not blaming them all, but I'm only repeating what this guy said, and he wasn't too fussed with him. I said, "Why you got an offsider?" He said. By the time I've told an offsider what to do, I could have done it myself. And I'm not trying to be critical of the young people. There's some really good ones. That young Asian girl, she was fantastic. She did most of the work, to be honest. And I'm glad she did, because at least she was conscientious, and she seemed to know what she was doing, and she'd been learning very well, and she was very polite and very nice girl. Very slim build, very small, as a lot of the Asian ladies are, and she was very nice. I can't praise her enough. I hope she comes back and finishes the job. I'll be quite happy about that.
I'm going to do is make
Plus she was easy on the eye. Very nice looking girl. Not that that matters. The most important part is, can she do the job? And she was only learning. God, when she comes out of her apprenticeship, she'll be so on to deal with. She'll put a lot of blokes to shame, I'm telling you. And I'm not having a go at blokes either, because there's some great blokes out there. And I'm sure the guy that came out was the sort of guy that is conscientious a bit, you know. But when a young lady like that, who's apprentice, puts you to shame, you've got to start thinking about it. I didn't make enough gravy, so let's have another go. It's not thickening up, but it bloody well will this time. This isn't far off done. Nearly done. Another saying we got from Queensland. It's Dunsky Lunsky. I think sheep unit will like that one. Dunsky Lunsky, another Australian thing. Well, it's not so much Australian as Queensland. Right, let's see if we can thicken this sucker up. Oh, there, that's happening. God, the meat's falling apart now.
One pan, one chicken. Easy. Look at this beauty. Look at it, so golden and brown. That wonderful cracky carapace. That's going to give you crunch. I'm going to let it stand for a bit on the kitchen paper because I have learned the hard way. I've always done my mouth. That's ruined.
Nearly done. Nearly done, Skilonsky. Got to put peas in. There we go.
First layer has the mayo, the solid mayo, and in it, the crispy chili oil.
Isn't it amazing? A little bit of colour makes things look a lot better. Have a look at that. Doesn't that look quite nice? Let's see.
Slather city.
Looks alright, doesn't it?
Iceberg pasta. When you want crunch,
Get the plates out.
so on top of the iceberg. That torch got my gherkin earlier.
Normally have some beetroot with it, but I don't want to get it out tonight. Can't be bothered.
And then the kimchi. That's ceremonial.
This bread is what my neighbour brought over for me the other day, yesterday. and I give him some carrots. Oh, well, I haven't given him yet. I'm going to give him them. But that's what we do. Somebody in his family works at the bakery. Right, let me just get things ready here and we'll have a taste test in a bit. Okay, here we go. This is it, folks, over the top. Have a go at that. It's not. I'm going to put some of my daddy's sauce on. I used to have the HP sauce, but don't. Ever since they changed the recipe, I don't like the taste of it anymore. So I've gone on to this daddy's sauce. They sold it to the Netherlands, HP, and I got on their website and I asked them, have you changed the recipe? And they said, yes, we have. I said, why did you change the recipe? They said, we had to change it for the European palate. So I told them to get stuffed. Here we go, let's have a go. Wow. Wow, ain't that the deal? Look at here, look at here, look at here. It's a bit hot to hold. Get these bloody glasses on. Right, that's better. That's better. Can hold it at the side now. Some carrot. Bit of the meat. She shouldn't have any problems chewing that. Carrot and pumpkin and pea. I like the gravy just a little bit thicker, but it don't matter. Spuds are cooked through, real good. Right. Might have a piece of that bread to mop it up. What do you reckon? Let me know how you do your stew. Be interested to see how other people do the stew. It's one of the most made meals in the world, I think, a beef stew. Or we'll have a go at a chicken stew soon. So keep your eye out for that one. I saw a recipe for one the other day. I hope I can find it again. It looked absolutely bloody delicious. So, I've never made a chicken stew. Done all kinds of chicken dishes, but I've never done a chicken stew. So we'll have a go at it. Well, I'll have a look at it first and see if I'm going to fancy it. But it looked delicious. Anyway, do all the good things for me. If you like the video, I appreciate it. Give us a like and share the video with your mates. There's no restrictions on my stuff, none whatsoever. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my stew. Can you do it better? I'd love to hear it if you think you can. Some people put red wine in. I don't. I just keep it simple, stupid, you know. Nothing wrong with putting red wine in if you like it that way. It's how you like it. Be interesting to see how my mate Sarge makes a stew. I haven't seen him do a stew yet. Maybe that's a challenge. Hey Sarge. And Tracy, I know she makes stews, but I haven't seen her do one yet. She might have one on a website, on a YouTube site rather. So go and check her out. She does some great stuff, mate. Tracy's allotment, cooking allotment, I think it is. I always get it mixed up. I know it when I'm not on camera. When I'm on camera, I forget it. Sorry, Tracy. I'll get it right one day. I think I might have it right then. It's a Tracy's allotment vlog or something like that. Cooking allotment vlog. Yeah. So check Sheep Unit out with his. I wonder if he's done his new pastry yet. His new pizza base. That's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And Saj did a dish the other day, Thai chicken and chips. The chips look bloody awesome. I loved them. They're just perfect for me, them chips was. So we'll see how we go with that. And like I say, please do us a favour. Do this old bastard a favour. And subscribe to my channel and make me happy. Get him off, will you? Sorry about that, folks. I always muck about. I'm going to eat this now. I'm going to eat it with the family. And please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. I wasn't going to post today. I wasn't even going to make anything any good today. But all of a sudden this pan of stew came in my head. And when it comes in my head, it's hard to get it out. You know what I mean? I'm one of them guys. When I start something, it's got to be done. Are you like that? I know I am. And you can't get it. You just got to do it. That's it. Once you think of it. I know, it's the bloke thing. Hey Irene. she knows. She knows, you know. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Still haven't got my internet done yet. Ah, damn! I've had my rant now. So. As I normally say, it's ta-ra! Ta-ra for now.